I think one of the companies that you guys would like to discuss is Kirana Pro. I mean, looking at the recent trends of quick commerce and how companies are promising 10-minute deliveries, and you come across LinkedIn post where you have fights between conscious citizens talking about how this is very inhumane because it's putting a lot of pressure on the drivers, on the workers. They are forced to like do quick packing and then deliver it to you. So among this noise, I think comes across a very interesting Kirana Pro deal. So, and for those who don't know, Kirana is basically a mom and pop store that you find in any city in India. They're usually owned by families, so they're called Kirana stores. Sometimes they're owned by nucleus families. Sometimes it could be a large family owning a huge store. And these stores have come under pressure due to rise of quick commerce in the past few years. A lot of studies you can find online where they share that market share of Kirana stores are falling. In fact, last year itself in FY 2024, almost 2 lakh Kirana stores shut down. Why? Because they were facing stiff competition from quick commerce like Zepto, Blinkit, Swiggy Mart, right? And that has created a huge pressure on the middle class family. A lot of people whose sole income was, or for example, one family could have 5 4 dependents on members who depend on this income coming from Kirana store, right? This is where Kirana Pro comes in, and what is it doing is that it is basically a very lean model compared to, I would say, Zepto, where if I'm correct, they have a very low asset. They're asset light. They're partner driven approach. They are partnering up with last mile logistic companies in tier one cities like Ola, and they are trying to uh, give a platform to Kirana stores to sell and compete with quick commerce. So in light of this, you know that quick commerce market is growing right now. It's almost $6.1 billion, and last year it's projected to grow almost $40 billion in by 2030. And when we have these kind of quick commerce large companies coming in, it's very refreshing to see Kirana Pro come into the market. And it launched in 2024. It has taken a very different approach. It is not owning its own dark stores, right? For example, quick commerce, as Kulmani was saying, it is one of the more common industries where people usually have tried to have their backend sorted, right? So they have a vertical integration towards. So they are starting their own dark stores. They have their own dark stores which can deliver to your location. If you open the app, right, you can look at the location of your Blinkit store. It could be 5 minutes away. It could be 2 minutes away, 10 minutes away. It's just there around your houses. So these are creating a huge pressure on the Kirana stores, and that is where Kirana Pro comes in. Now, what has Kirana Pro done in the last 1 year? It has onboarded almost 30,000 stores. I think I would say in a span of 3 to 4 months, and it plans to like onboard 10 lakh Kirana stores. It has partnered up with ONDC. Those of you who don't know, ONDC is a very convenient government-owned app where you can order food, you can do a lot of stuff there. It's not marketed well, but it's something which is a hidden gem, I would say, in the Indian ecosystem. Uh, Kirana Pro follows a very interesting zero commission, and it's an ad-driven model. Uh, for those of you who know how Adani Mart, sorry, I think T Mart works, right? So D Mart, one of the source of revenue is that the brands pay them for having the products, on the shelves, on the forefront. So when you enter the store, it's very likely that the brands that they're showing on the visible eye line is the brands have paid for them to be shown there. Sometimes the brands which have not paid that much amount, they are usually kept at the peripheries of your visual eyesight, right? Similarly, what here one of the revenue sources is that the brands, they pay the Kirana Pro to have more visibility. It's just like restaurants paying fee to Zomato to market the restaurants as a top of the list. If you like look at Chinese cuisine, you type it in Zomato, you will find the ones which is shown, ad driven in the Zomato or promoted. So that is how they're earning money out of it right now. And this deal is definitely one of those deals which seems very altruistic in nature, because it's giving a chance to the community that is hit by the advancing technology, which is like the quick commerce. And yeah, I think Kirana Pro rises as a beacon of light, where we see that it is helping the mom and pop stores have at least a bit of holding or challenge the quick commerce market.
My thoughts on quick commerce are fairly simple. I think everything which is commoditized will move to quick commerce. Everything which has anything which has experience attached to it will remain as it is, right? So if going to an Apple store is an experience, I don't think Apple phones are going to be majorly shifting to quick commerce. They may be available, but a lot of people will still like to go for the experience because unboxing, going to store is an experience. But small regular items, I think everything will move to quick commerce fairly quickly. If it is like plain white t-shirt, etc., whatever that is, whatever you think is commoditized in your life will be available to you in 10 minutes. I think the stores will continue to remain relevant because it's relationship driven, right? Because if you have a neighborhood store, you know the owner and it's convenient sometimes. It's not even 10 minutes if it is just like on the ground floor of your building. It literally takes you 3-4 minutes just to go down and buy it. So relationship driven, convenience, also a lot of dark store infra will take time to be built in the smaller towns, and the PNL and the unit economics may not make sense to operate it in very small towns, right? So there, those stores will continue to remain relevant. I don't think they're going away anywhere, right? Huh. Building layers on top of it, many people have tried, right? People have tried to do lending through those stores and other things, which will continue to be done, right? So a lot of some store owners may run a Jan Seva Kendra in a very small city or a village, right? So he has a store, but he also runs a Jan Seva Kendra where you can go withdraw money from your bank account, do your Aadhaar update and other things. So India is very unique in that sense. I don't think Rana stores are going away, but yeah, they will have a tough competition, right? So if I look at, let's say, any of these offline offline stores chains where we go to buy electronic items, let's say, let's take what is the smaller one in Delhi, let's say Vijay Sales or Chroma or Reliance Digital. I see them footfall for AC sales right now, right? Is there because people want to see and feel when it comes to larger ticket size items. It's 30,000, 40,000. People want to see if I'm buying a, let's say, steam iron. I want to see if I'm giving 10,000 rupees. Okay, does the height, is it heavy? I want to hold it. All those things, right? So, like I said, anywhere where experiencing is important, people still continue to do it offline. If I'm buying a Sony LED large
Mm,
screen, I want to see how the colors are. I want to go to the store. I mean, some of those people may still buy online once they know which model they want, but still, offline experience is still very relevant.
yeah, absolutely agree with you actually. For cheaper ticket items or ticket values, I guess it doesn't matter to us. It's just about performance, which we know will give a standard performance at the end of the day. So completely agree that for high ticket values, I don't think quick commerce is going to take over. But something like Kirana pop stores, it might be difficult.